Hey everyone, this is a clip from a recent episode of the Men of Steel podcast where we talk about Superman and Superman adjacent topics. If you enjoy this clip, check out the podcast. You can find it at certainpov.com or wherever you get your shows. Yeah, well, we are going back in time because early in the history of this show, we did an episode on the science of Superman because at the time we were just kind of digging through DC Universe for all the videos that they had available that would just be good fodder for this show. And the two of us are laymen, and we did an okay job, but we were just trying to interpret what this like pop culture version of science was gonna do. But now we've done 100 episodes at this point. We probably should do it right, and so for that we are joined once again by Ryan Haupt.
Hey everybody.
And we also have for the first time Ben Tippett.
Oh, hello.
Now Ben, this episode came up because you wrote a while back a paper called A Unified Theory of Superman's Powers.
Yeah, like 13 years ago I wrote a paper called A Unified Theory of Superman's Powers, and I published it on the internet. It's not peer reviewed, but it is notorious. So
Notorious?
Well, I mean, it's a very thorough explanation of it. So I guess like starting question is how did that start? Like what drove you to do that?
Before we dive in, I will say in the parlance of science communication, this paper is open access in that it is available to anyone with an internet connection. So it's not behind a paywall that you got to pay Elsevier $30 to go read. You just need Ryan North to make sure he leaves the server turned on.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's true because it is on the Quant's website, or the which most people know from Dinosaur Comics.
Yeah. So how did it start? This was back in the days before Twitter, when a person could just take all of their stupid ideas and just put them on the internet without a second thought, and then just immediately forget about them. So at the time, I was on Ryan North's internet message board, and his fan board for his webcomic, and I was in graduate school in theoretical physics. I studied black holes and stuff, and I was walking to school and thinking. And when I arrived, I said, I have this fun idea. So I sent Ryan a little email and I was like, hey, I've got this weird idea that says that we can explain all of Superman's various powers in terms of a single power that is being expressed in a variety of ways. And he said, write it up and I'll put it on the internet. And so I did. And that's how it came about. This is how slow everything was back in the day before social media.
Right, it wasn't just fire off immediately and then hope it's good.
That's right. But also, you send somebody an email and they say, yeah, you should write that up, and then you spend all afternoon doing that instead of working. And then they put it on their web page is what people used to do, and then other people would visit the web page and send links to their friends and stuff.
Do you still write in LaTeX, Ben?
I do on occasion. Right now I teach at a community college in rural British Columbia, and sometimes I will give my students notes in LaTeX. It's the fastest way to get equations on a piece of paper, so.
It's a markup language for formatting scientific papers that is very popular in the more math-heavy disciplines like physics, where you have to put equations into papers, and a feature that other text editors are not great at.
Yeah, I when going through this, I was like, as soon as we got to, I believe it was supervision, all of a sudden like equations just start popping up, and I was like, oh, okay, let's see if I can grok any of this. Remember, if you like the clip, after you're done liking and subscribing, check out certainpov.com, where you can find more episodes of the show, as well as a ton of other great shows.